Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is a video series I do called Transfer Tuesday, where I share our progress towards our financial goals. The two big financial goals that we are working on for this year are fully funding my Roth IRA with the $6,000 and paying down our mortgage to be able to drop the PMI insurance. So I've shared in recent weeks about some unexpected expenses that we've had, and last week I didn't really contribute much above some of the things that we have automated already. So this week, being a payday period, we were able to make another transfer towards these goals. So typically it would have been last week that I would have done this when our mortgage payment processed, but we put it off until this week. So after that mortgage payment went through, we have our standard amount, but we also have an automatic $100 towards principal on top of that automatically goes through. So out of our normal principal payment, so it would have been $693.28, but because we add that extra 100, it was $793.28 out of our mortgage payment that went straight to principal. So when that payment then was able to process and I was able to see what balance we still have remaining, then is when I play that mind game where I make an additional payment so that I can knock it down below the next $1,000. So we were sitting at like $344,205, I think was the amount. So this week for Transfer Tuesday, I transferred $250 to make it enough to go, and I like kind of nice round numbers. So it was enough to make it go below $344,000. So in doing so, I was able to not only check off a box on my chart here that I do, now we've completed one full row, which is exciting considering we are, in the beginning of June, so not even fully through half of the year yet. And so we have $12,000 still to go towards that goal for this year. So in addition to this one I just showed you where we're tracking our progress towards paying that $22,000 to be able to drop the PMI, I also have another document that I use. Again, something super simple, nothing fancy. You can get really nicer ones, on Google or Pinterest. But this is just a simple Excel document that I had created where it just shows we started with a mortgage of $365,000. So that was when we bought our home in September of 2020. And then these are in $5,000 increments. So every time we pay off $5,000, or the balance of, I shouldn't say we pay $5,000, the balance of the mortgage drops by $5,000, I'm able to check another box. So we are below $345,000, so that box was also checked. So there's still a lot of boxes on here, so looking at this one can be very overwhelming because that is a lot of boxes because it's a lot of money. So although it feels really good to be able to check one of those boxes, it's much more satisfying every month getting to check off one of these boxes instead. So that's where we're at this week for our Transfer Tuesday, was that extra $250 towards the principal of our mortgage to be able to drop that below the $344,000, check off those boxes, do a little happy dance at least for now. Next week we should be back to being able to make a little bit of progress towards the Roth IRA, hoping to be able to finish that out here in the next month or two, I'm hoping. Depending on how things go. I should have some money coming back to me both for reimbursement for a work conference, and then also I do a dependent care through my employer as well, where you can do $5,000 in pre-tax dollars taken out of your paycheck, and then you can submit receipts, and then you can get those paid to you using that money, which was tax-free, which is really nice. pre-tax. So I could do them now, but I try to wait until I've spent $5,000 on childcare and have her sign them all at once and then submit them like as I have the money available, because you don't get that $5,000 up front, you earn it per pay period. So I'm thinking probably by the end of June, I should be able to have her sign off all of those, and meaning we will have spent $5,000 for the year already on childcare. So, yes, so that was my summary for this week. I'm really excited that I was able to actually make a larger transfer this week compared to last week, where I kind of just did what we already have on automation. So to me, it was kind of like a cheat because it wasn't anything extra beyond what I normally do, but it still was progress towards different financial goals that we have. So it still counts. Next week, I will actually be out of town at that conference, so I won't have a Transfer Tuesday video. Maybe I can do it later in the week, maybe Thursday or Friday, or just hold off and I can do a double the following week with my updates on where we're at. But as always, I would love to hear in the comments below things that you are working on and the progress you're making towards your financial goals, especially as we're coming up on June here and going to be wrapping up the first half of the year. That's a kind of a good point to kind of take an evaluation of where you're at and where you still need to go and kind of do a little bit of a level set. So that'll do it for me for this week, and I will see you again probably in 2 weeks. Have a good day.